shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. Too much love.
Hey everybody, Derek here in Sun Valley with a training talk about new listings. Today it's May and our circle of excellence is value, mainly about the value the company brings to your work as an agent every day, but I want you to think of value in another way too, which is the value you as a listing agent bring to your client. New listings, you get one shot at it. You get one time to be the new kid on the block that is going to make a huge impression. And I want to make sure that everybody is really thoughtful as we enter the busy listing season, especially in the resort markets. I want you to be really thoughtful about how you're bringing on your new listings, whether it's a studio condo in the ski village or a $1.5 million luxury estate. It matters what that first impression says. If you've got buyers on a watch list, whether it's any agent out there, anytime a property in a certain price range comes on the market, they get an email. You've just brought on a $350,000 listing right in their sweet spot. They get an email saying, hey, brand new listing, check it out. They go to that and they get 3 photos and some typos in the ad copy. Guess what? They're not calling their agent. They're not calling you. They're moving on. They got all excited and then they got let down because the new listing didn't pop. It didn't have a backing band. This isn't a rehearsal. It's live. You got to make it count from the get-go. So over the next couple of minutes, I just want to go over some best practices about new listings, getting them on the market, timing it right, having all of your T's crossed and your I's dotted before you click activate, so that when those agents and when those buyers and when your sellers see the listing, they're like, wow, that speaks loudly. That's what we're after. So here we go. The first part about crushing a new listing is being prepared, making sure that you do really well at the listing appointment because you're prepared. You've got the paperwork done because you're prepared, and that the home is ready to list because you're prepared. On this slide, and on each of the slides, I have best practices for each of these little bullet points. Role playing can't be underestimated, as on number 2, working with another agent who knows the systems. And the third one, make sure the home is ready. Once the home is listed, it's yours. How is this home reflecting on yours? So make sure it's ready to list. Once you've secured the listing, then really the trickiest part of this whole process comes into play, which is ordering the marketing packages from Coldwell Distinctive Properties. That part's not tricky. It's just the timing is a little bit tricky because you place the order, the photographer gets called, they call you, the photos, 48-hour turnaround, you've got to proof the marketing materials and everything. So make sure that you're bringing your listing on when you know all those things will be done. Don't bring the listing on when you have no photos or just some bad photos that you've taken. Make sure you see the timeline, you have a timeline in front of you, and you can adhere to that. Again, best practices here, read those on your own and adhere to them or to your own. Okay, so you've got all that stuff done. Here's where you really start thinking about being public. You enter it into the MLS. Really be thoughtful about the photo arrangement. I've stressed this in a couple of tech talks, but best practice is to go with an exterior, then to the big rooms, the living room, the kitchen and dining, the master bed and bath, guest beds and baths, then other interiors, and then exteriors. That's the best order. That makes the most sense to the viewer. If the listing is fantastic, if there's something compelling about it, do a coming soon MLS blast to whet the appetite, but don't do it with all your listings. It'll glut the system, and sometimes there's really no reason to whet the appetite. Okay, a no-brainer here with the top step is everything ready. Do you have your signs, your lock boxes? Have you made posts, all those things? Create your own checklist so that you don't have to think about this every single time you bring on a listing. You've got something to refer to. Experienced pilots, they've flown 400 times. They have a checklist they go through every single time. It just helps keep everything stable. Then comes the first open house. You have to crush it. You have to have thought of every detail. You want to make the biggest splash possible. This is prom. This is the night you're all dressed up. You're going on the date. You're going to dinner. The whole thing happens here. So make this first open house count. Make it awesome. Knock on doors. Do whatever you need to do to get the word out about this fantastic listing.
So after the first week of this being listed, you want to be in some really good contact with your seller. Don't overwhelm them, but you want to give them an update early so they know how well the first date went, let's say. Um, Keep in mind, this is also the time when friends are calling the seller saying, oh, hey, I see you put your house up. Who'd you list with? You want that seller to give them every reason to say your name. Oh, I've listed with so-and-so and they're great. You wouldn't believe the service I'm getting, the accountability, the communication. So strike hard now so that they are telling their friends and other people in the neighborhood about you, because this is when they're going to do it. Also set them up on List Hub or on the IQL reporting system and keep them informed every month.
Okay, I know that was a lot of words, a lot of slides, but the bottom line is we want Coldwell Banker Distinctive Properties listings to be the best ones in the whole market. We want to have a high standard. We want to raise the bar. We want sellers, buyers, agents, the general public, our other agents to know that a new listing from our company is top of the line. We want to crush it this summer. We want to make sure that everybody knows Coldwell Banker Distinctive Properties, no matter your market, is the company that's setting the standard. So, good luck, keep up the great work, and really treat your new listings with a lot of care and attention for this summer. Talk to you soon. Don't forget the fan club Friday on the 2nd from 11 to 12. Bring your laptops. It's going to be awesome. We're going to learn a lot, collaborate, have fun. It's going to be great. Until then, this is Derek in Sun Valley. Keep up the great work. The more you know, the more you sell. Bye.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. I let you love all